Hi there. I'm Nipun. I'm working in financial services in Singapore. Been working in Singapore about 5 years plus now. I did the GMAT program with Jamboree, and I very happy to announce that I scored a 770. That's Q51 in a verbal 44. So very thrilled and excited about that.
Okay. And Nipun, can you share more about your experience over at Jamboree?
Sure. So how I actually found you guys was, I was just looking at training centers in Singapore. It was basic Google search. Then I reached out to you guys. Your consultant offered me a trial class. It was a trial class with Roshan, actually, a verbal class. And after the class, what was very good is I enjoyed the way he taught. And after that, I had a conversation with him about how the course is structured, how they would help out in terms of exam technique, in terms of learning the actual content itself. So it was a very, very good and fruitful conversation. And what I really liked was the willingness they showed to help you out, the one-on-one sessions or any doubts that you might have. They were it was very interactive, and the coaches themselves were very, very responsive. So the fact that I knew they were only a phone call away made me feel very at peace and at ease, given that I was quite busy with work. So yeah, I think that was, and in general, the pricing and benefits that they offer with the pricing were hands down the best that I found in Singapore.
So you did your classes during like the circuit breaker, right? During the lockdown?
Started during the lockdown, yes, and carried on till after that.
Okay. And how was the actual GMAT test day like at the test center?
So I wasn't on the test center because I was overseas when I actually had to do my test. It was online. But in actual fact itself, the test itself, is pretty much the same. The only difference, I think, you don't do the writing assessment. What really helped was the fact that in the GMAT platform and the books, I use the books a lot, actually. There was a lot of questions. There was a lot of tips for the verbal, for example, the conjunctions and, the words that you have to look out for, not look out for. You keep practicing and you keep doing those questions, you get an idea of what kind of questions they might ask you, what are particular exam techniques that you have to look for. And it just really helps you to plan and focus your time and effort on certain questions being easy, difficult, or hard. I would say the biggest thing is that just try and don't get too nervous. Don't get too hung up on one question. Look at it, click, and then just move on with it. That's the best thing you can really do. Because it can be daunting sometimes, especially if they throw a massive comprehension in front of you in the verbal section. So just read, answer. I mean, whatever strategy works for you is best, but I would say a lot of practice is needed, and that's where Jamboree was very helpful for me.
All right. And lastly, I mean, what are your plans now, now that you've gotten your GMAT score?
I'm gonna, I still have till September of this year to, apply for fall of 2022. So I'm gonna take my time, research, speak to admission committees, speak to alumni, and just see what's a good fit for me. So I'm just in research mode right now.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Nipun.
Thank you, Jess. Thanks, Roshan.